These are 3 habits making Christian men weak. Number 1, being agreeable. This kind of relates to what I said earlier in the stream, but one of the biggest problems I see are Christian men are just way too agreeable to things. You know, why they say, "Oh well, I'm not gonna go out tonight. No, my wife said no." Oh, was homosexuality wrong? Oh well, I don't know. I mean, it's none of my business. Or that one, I saw this one clip of the pastor was talking about how if females should be pastors. He reads the verse that says, "I don't permit a woman to teach a man in the church because of the fall. They should stay quiet." And he goes, well, you see, it's none of my business. It's none of my business. I'm not a man. I can't tell what woman what to do. This whole agreeable thing needs to stop. Okay, this is making Christian men not only seem weak, but actually be weak. Okay, it's not one of those things where, oh, we're being attacked by the world. We're being attacked by the world. They're saying we're weak when we're really not. You are weak because you don't tell the truth. All right? I'm so tired of seeing Christian men not tell the truth, and some of them don't even know the truth. All right, which is a whole different type of weakness. But I'm mainly talking about the ones that do know the truth but don't tell the truth. Okay, you have to unapologetically tell the truth. I'm not saying that you should go out and look for fights. I'm saying you should go out and start discourse. I'm not saying any of this type of stuff. What I am saying is that if you get posed the question, answer honestly. Live your life out in honesty. Don't live your life out being too agreeable. Because it's not even a masculine trait either. And testosterone, the hormone, I know it's like a very materialist, very basic way of looking at it, but keep it very simple. Testosterone is a male hormone, right? Well, testosterone makes you more likely to disagree. You know what makes you agreeable? Estrogen. All right, so don't be a soy boy. Act as a man. God made hormones for men and women in certain ways, and the male hormone literally makes you disagree, but doesn't mean disagree with everything for no reason. But what it does mean is that don't listen to people just because they said something. Okay, don't conform to everyone. Right? It's unattractive, it's not befitting a man, and it's morally wrong. Okay? Nothing worse than being too agreeable. And the second one relates to that, and that will be not affirming gender roles. So, I don't know if it's the thing I said about female pastors earlier, but generally speaking, Christian men have not been affirming gender roles very heavily. You see this in the churches with the female pastors. You see it with husbands with their wives. I mean, it's very sad that the average Christian relationship that I see now is the woman in charge. And even if the man's in charge, it's like, okay, we're going to do things like this, we do things like this. And then the wife comes in and is like, yeah, no, and then she's going to be like, oh, okay, we're going to change things now. They're just completely beholden to their wives. It's kind of like U.S. presidents being puppets, or political leaders being puppets. You know, one side is a bunch of, don't worry, everything I say will be free, but I will suggest very heavily that you join my Discord because you can get one-on-one access with me. You can ask me a question on there. I will answer it in there as of now, at least. It's not too crazy yet. And you also gain access to uncensored information in Discord channel, which I cannot share on YouTube. There's also more general, broad information and niche information on different subjects that are not touched on in this video, most likely. Being said, find that in the description. Let's get back to the video. Bunch of those people, and the president just hears them and says what they want them to say, you know? It's kind of like how a lot of relationships are, or the woman is just straight up in charge. I've gotten a few comments from women, and most of the comments I get from women are positive. The female viewership on this channel is kind of weirdly high. I know I've talked about women quite a bit, but it's kind of weird for a channel completely focused on men to have 5 to 10% female viewership, so I don't know, maybe they're here for something else. But in any case, if you don't in teen, I ain't going in. If you're not in high school, that ain't cool. Get me on Instagram if you fulfill those criteria. And be virgins only. Alright, let's not be so facetious. Let's be a bit serious. Okay? So, not affirming gender roles is a problem. And, you know, this goes back to being agreeable. Because what man really wants to be told what to do by a member of a certain group? I don't want to get flagged for hate speech, but you know what I mean. Okay? So, 3, not being presentable. I have a pet peeve. Okay, and this pet peeve is seeing Christian men that are just, they look like geeks. Okay, I'm just going to be honest. You can say I'm mean, you can say whatever, but it's true. Okay, they look like geeks. A lot of them are fat. all of them are scrawny. It's just not a good thing. It's not a good thing to be not presentable. And you could say that, well, I just care about God and I don't need to, look good for anyone else. Okay. Even if you make it about God, you have a temple. Okay. The body is a temple for the Holy Spirit. You're not treating the temple very well by being fat. Okay? And remember, looks is related to health. So if you're ugly, you're probably unhealthy. I mean, maybe you're born with cerebral palsy and you're like, no. Oh, you're like this. Okay, fine. Okay. You're in a wheelchair. Okay. I understand. I'm talking about average people, okay? Don't use those as an excuse to be fat, right? Because, I have a thyroid problem. Dude, you just put so many Big Macs in your mouth. That's a problem, okay? And I could just be jokey about it, but honestly, being that type of thing, it's ultimately a psychological issue because every human knows they should walk more and stop eating so much, but they can't do it because something in them drives them to do it. It's kind of like a porn addiction. It's not just, I like boobs. No. There's a void in you that's trying to be fed. But in any case, for Christian man, you have to understand that you're a role model. When people look at you, they'll go like, okay, that's what a Christian man is. What are people seeing when they see you? And, of course, this also relates to other things you want to do in your life. If you want to get with a woman, it doesn't really help to be not presentable. If you want people to listen to you, it doesn't help to not be presentable. Okay, being presentable is not rocket science, okay? People see me wear these nice outfits. I know on stream I wear a tank top, but when I go out, I wear nice things. And they're like, it must take so long for you to get dressed. No, it doesn't. It's fast. Okay? I just know what to wear. And I've made a few fashion guides in my Discord and on YouTube and whatnot. But, clipped. But yeah. Very important. Be presentable. Don't be a fat slob. Don't be skinny nerd neck. Right? Gotta look the part. The Bible calls us to take care of our temples. It tells us to be in good health. It says to be respectable. All those different type of things. This is facilitated by being healthy, being presentable, and ultimately, those are the 3 habits that are keeping Christian men weak. I see it all the time. Has to stop. Has to end. It'll be good for everyone involved.